Hello, tenors. My name is Jeff Rolk. I want to thank you for checking out my video. This is the process that I work with individuals on for smoothing out the break. I refer to this as the secondo passaggio. It is part of the zona di passaggio, which is where our voices are going from thyroarytenoid dominant singing, or chest voice, to cricothyroid dominant singing, also known as head voice. The break and the practice of smoothing through it is one of the ways I spend most of my time teaching. Most of my teaching time is spent doing that. And this is the process. Before we dive in, if you've chosen to subscribe, thank you. And if you haven't yet, I hope that you'll choose to do so. You could take care of that now with a little picture of me on screen. If you have questions or comments, please drop them in the comment section, or check out a live event on Saturdays at 6 p.m. London time. Finally, these videos are open to fan funding, and any contribution, no matter how big nor how small, helps keep these videos coming and keep us all practicing. So I hope that you'll choose to contribute at some point. I thank you in advance if you have already. So the lip trill is usually where this begins. We have to very carefully choose, however, the notes. We're going to start with an octave arpeggio. The top note will be above the secondo passaggio, and everything else we want to keep below it. And what this lets us do is practice the transition from cricothyroid dominant singing, head voice, to thyroarytenoid dominant, chest voice. So most of us can begin here. This is G major. Notice the difference in color of sound. The top note and the top note alone is very hollow. And then it immediately gets very narrow or brighter sounding as I switch voices. This is like using a sledgehammer to pound in a finishing nail. It's gross manipulation of the structures in order to learn how they work. It's not the finished product, so it's supposed to sound like that. Try them with me. And that's probably getting towards the bottom of the zona di passaggio for most of us here. I'm going to let you do it again. Start here. And now this is a progressive video, meaning that it's going to get a lot harder really, really quickly. You might practice that for a couple days or a week, and when it gets comfortable, then do this next exercise, because what we're going to do now is we're going to narrow the interval that you have to adjust from cricothyroid dominant singing to thyroarytenoid dominant, from head voice to chest voice. All right? And we do that by using a 1-3-5-3-1 arpeggio pattern. We're still going to descend though. Now we're in the key of G, and we sing. You just got that minor third there to adjust. Try it again with me. And let's do that again. I'll let you do it. And I also find it helpful to do this pattern with an oo vowel. So what we'll do is we'll sing you, you, you. And you have to listen very carefully to that top pitch. Again, the top pitch, and the top pitch alone is meant to be above the secondo passaggio. It's very hollow sounding. You, you, you. Notice what it's not. It isn't airy, you, you, you. Nor is it squeezy, you, you, where I'm trying to push those thyroarytenoid muscles to make that note happen, right? It has to be hollow. It will feel light. It will, if you've been pushing, it will probably feel incorrect. You have to listen to it, try to notice what it feels like and what it sounds like. You, you, you. Try it together, and you, you, you. And we'll keep going. You, you, you. You, you, you. You, you, you. Now we're starting to get out of the secondo passaggio area. You, you, you. And that's probably it. One more time for you. And now, again, if you've been successful there, we start with that oo vowel in a descending scale-wise pattern, stepwise. This is getting really, really close to changing this into a usable range for us. Because once we start singing scale-wise things, we really get a lot more freedom of movement between the ranges of our voices. So we sing you, 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 you. Again, we want to go from that hollow sound to the narrower one. You, 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 you. Try with me. And you, 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 you. 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 One more time on your own. And we can try we, E vowel. E is narrower, and the E vowel, these narrower vowels, are going to start the process of matching resonances from the thyroarytenoid dominant voice or chest voice to the cricothyroid dominant or head voice. And that matching of resonances is what makes the two sound the same. And so that's what gives us this connected one voice, where we go from all the way from our lowest notes all the way up to our highest pitches. So we can sing we, 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 we. And again, we, 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 we. And let's continue from there. We, 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 we. 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 And one more time for you. And now, we're getting into the section of the video where we're going to start doing some legato exercises, where we're keeping the air flowing over the vocal fold and we're trying to move in a very fluid fashion through this area of our voices. If there are any alignment issues with your voice, in other words, if you were to sing but they didn't align, meaning that the individual characteristics of the vowels were too, the placements were too disparate. Where you're getting that shifting around of the placement. If they're not in alignment, it's going to get really exposed here in the zona di passaggio, and it will make it easier if you assess it in your speaking range and then start to move it into the transition area of your voice. Similarly with airflow, if there are any question marks in your airflow, or if it's not entirely quite ready for this level of scrutiny, assess it in the thyroarytenoid dominant range of your voice, your chest voice, and then start to practice in the zona di passaggio, because now we have me, 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 me. Much more connected. The M is a partially phonating consonant, so we can sing through the phrase. And what we do is we start with that, but then we tack onto it an ascending and descending scale. And we want both of the fifth scale degrees to match. Me, 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 me. 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 Let's do it again. And me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. And one last time. And there you have it. As always, I hope that helps. If you have questions or comments, please drop them in the comment section or come on over to a live event. As always, take really good care of your voices, enjoy singing, and hopefully we'll see you again. Bye.